someone who is super near and dear to me. His name is Hamlet Garcia. Are you there, Hamlet?
Hi.
Hi, I don't see you. Let me see if I can get you, see if we can get somebody. There you go. Hi, turn your, hit your mute, unmute yourself.
Let me do that. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. How
Okay.
are you?
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
You're working. What you working on out there?
Fixing some of the sprinklers around the house. They're not working properly. It's very hot, and all the grass is really dying. So I have somebody helping me with that.
Oh yeah, they got to be taken care of. Your home is beautiful, by the way. I must tell you that.
Thank you very much.
You know, I don't know what the people know, how much they know when they follow me on social media, but just to recap a little bit, about 8 or 9 years ago, about 9 years ago for me, I was arrested and I was sent to jail for sending my kids to my parents' school district. On my journey, I met a beautiful, beautiful family, and it is the Hamlets Garcias. Garcia. And I'm just so excited to have you tonight, and so we can talk a little bit about your journey, what happened to you, and policies and where they're at, how, you know, if they're on the desk, they're still on the table, and, you know, are people coming back to you and talking to you about it. Let's see if we can get these laws changed. So can you just tell a little bit about your background, what happened with you?
Very similar to your case. In 2011, my wife and my daughter was living in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. At the time, it was going through some personal issue, and she was living in the school district. She enrolled our daughter in the school district where she was living. But 3 months before the school year ended, we fixed our marriage situation, and she decided to go back to Philadelphia. But we left my daughter in the school for just 3 more months, because that's what at the time it was needed to finish the school. That's when the problem started. That's when the problem started. The school found out that my wife wasn't living in that district anymore, asked to remove my daughter immediately for the school. I argued with them that why I have to remove it when it's only 3 months left. Let me finish. And actually, let me pay you if you want me to get paid for those 3 months or for the entire year if you want. You may remember that
Yeah.
we offer for the day one to pay. They choose to use my family to send a message to other family. They figure out that they don't care for the money. They want actually to send a message to Latinos and African American and that in Philadelphia area that if you cross the line, you come to Montgomery County, this can happen to you. And that's what they did. They went straight with criminal charges, theft of service by the section. They arrest me and my wife, the book, they put us in jail, and that's where the problem started. We started going to trial. We had to hire attorneys, and it took about a year fighting hard to finally get the charges dropped. But it wasn't easy. It was a lot of expenses, economic, and also a lot of tears. And the good things that happened, all this that I met you, I met so many wonderful people and I learned so much with you. I learned so much about the education system, how to fight the system, how to make sure
Yes.
they fight it the right way. And it's great. That's the only thing that I can tell you that happened good about this, we worked together. We went in Connecticut to change some law. Thanks to Wayne Samuel also, she passed some law in Connecticut with Representative Bruce Murray
Yes.
to stop the arrest of family over zip code law. That bill, we took the language, we introduced it in Pennsylvania. We had the bill in Pennsylvania in the Senate and the House. It hasn't passed yet, but we have it there. Every year, we make sure that don't go to sleep. Make sure that every year somebody look at the bill and consider this bill.
Absolutely. Now, how can people that live in your area, how can they, you know, contact you? And because I'm sure, I know certain times of the year, maybe they're not in the office like they need to be. I think this might be that time of year, but to get laws passed, I think they return back in about 2 more months, right?
Yes, correct. I have all the information, and I will be providing so many times to leaders in Pennsylvania. We went, actually, you was there too. We went to a beautiful meeting in the National Parish Union. It happened on New Orleans, remember?
Yes.
And we met great people from the Philadelphia and Pennsylvania community. They offer to help in this bill. We exchanged phone numbers, information, but once we all came back to our home, nobody interested in help to pass this
Mm.
bill, because you have to understand the truth about this bill is that we also asking that a school choice. That every parent should have the right to choose any school that they want to go. Correct?
Yes.
And we have a lot of problem with the school choice. And unfortunately, some people in the Democratic Party they don't like the school choice, and they the one that control the school system. We have very good Democratic people in this country. They work and help the community. The senator who created this bill is a Democrat, and he helping very well. But we also have some people they say they're supposed to help our community, and they don't
Mm.
really help us.
No,
Just
at
take a
all.
vote. They take
Right.
the vote and then just turn the back to us. And they're powerful. They have money, and when they see that you have an idea or school choice, they don't want to get involved. And any community in Philadelphia and Pennsylvania that know about this bill, they turn in the face. They don't want to. They don't want to do anything. Even they know they can help minority families not to go to jail, not to be prosecuted. They don't care because they know that they need the money that the teacher unions provide them every year. And it's very unfortunate that we haven't been able to go too far because the community in Philadelphia, the civil rights leaders, the people that have the way to speak and help in this bill, they're not doing anything. I can do this in myself. You know, I've been
No,
doing it
you
for
can't do it by
4 years,
yourself.
and it's
But
too much.
and then the thing of it is that when something happens isolated like that with just your family or just my family, even regular people, regular parents, they don't want to get involved, and they don't express their voice or opinion about the situation. They just figure it's your issue, it's your problem, but it's not. It's all of our problems and it's all of our issues. And to make a better generation, we all should be together and
Correct.
trying to make that happen, and so I just never understood that. And with you, like you said, we were there and the policy is on the table and it needs to pass. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, how can we get this policy to pass? We have to apply pressure to just our regular general public individuals. We can't let it slack up at all. But I know you always do it. And I want to ask you, how can people follow you? I know you have a Twitter, and many times you talk about all of everything that you want on Twitter. Can you tell people your Twitter name?
Is Hamlet Garcia 17. Is first name Hamlet, Hamlet Garcia 17.
17. And you guys follow him because he is a leader in this, what's going on with our education, with our children. And Hamlet, can you tell people how many babies you have?
We have two. One is 4 and the other one is 14.
14. And they're so adorable. I just love them to death. And I was so happy that I got a chance to see them when we were both in New Orleans. That was beautiful. And next time we all get together, maybe I can bring my daughters, and so we can all get a chance. You never met my oldest daughter. You met my youngest one, but you haven't had a chance to meet my oldest one. Where's your wife at?
She's somewhere in the house making dinner because I knew I was going to be here enjoying this time with you. Just making dinner in the house, yeah.
Okay, please make sure you tell her I love her, and just make sure you tell everybody that I said hello. But
I will. Thank you so much.
But I want to also ask you, like when all this stuff happened to you, I know with me, I went through a Great Depression. And I know, like, with us going through this, like we're going through this pandemic now, and a lot of people are kind of depressed by that. And then all this unjust social justice stuff is going on, and it's different. It has different levels of emotion that comes out of our spirits, our souls. And when we were going through that, I know, like you said, you were devastated. I was absolutely devastated. I went through a depression. Is there anything that you can tell our parents, our moms and dads and uncles and aunts and guardians, how to stay strong when things are going astray within you or your home or whatever?
Fight for your rights. It's very important to fight for your rights. If you don't do that, nobody else going to do for you. Even if you have an attorney, if you have a lawyer, the best lawyer, it's nothing like you be aware of what you're getting into. Because I have attorneys in Pennsylvania that's supposed to help me, and they was making me in a worse situation. They was trying to convince me to plead guilty, and I have to go outside of the state.
Yes. Oh my.
Right?
Same thing with me. Absolutely. They wanted me to do. First lady, she wanted me to say I was guilty, and then if I had said I was guilty, then they were going to make me go through all of this the stuff.
Correct.
And I was like, I'm not doing that. I gotta fight. You know, you have to
You have
fight.
to fight. Yeah,
And just
I told you they have to fight. If once you are in this, you cannot let the system win, because the truth is you're not committing a crime. They want to make you believe that you're a criminal. They want to make you believe that we are bad people. And you
right,
tell me who's the bad person. They just want and is giving a good education to a child. Is that a crime? It's just
no,
like crime anywhere around the world. That's
nowhere
why
around
your
the world.
case went national, and that's why your case around the world, every people condemn what happened to Kelly's William Bollard. And that's why my case also some people around the world also condemn it, because they could not believe that in America, the land of opportunity, a
Yep,
family faced 7 years in jail, and you also was facing 10 years, I believe,
10.
or
Yes,
10 years, okay? And you also got an ultimate price paid. You lost your dad. Your
yes,
dad was killed. I will say that very clearly, was killed by the
yes.
system. Okay? He should never be in jail by providing education to those beautiful grandchildren. Okay?
That's
So
right.
it's disgusting, I tell you the truth, what happened to you, to me, to many other families that we don't know maybe around the country, for just the simple reason they're providing quality education to our children. That's not a
Right.
crime nowhere.
Nowhere.
Not even in the communist countries that we criticize, like Cuba, like North Korea, like Iraq. No, those countries that commit so many atrocities against human beings, but they would never would put a family in jail by providing education to the child.
That's right. And saying that we stolen education. And to me, they were just bullies. I just thought that they were just you know, educated bullies that could just do. And then I start realizing there's so much unjustness out here. You know, like there's many levels that they just do whatever they want to do to people's entire lives just for them to have an extra notch in their belt, or however you could say it, you know, just for them to have an upper hand on the justice, whatever. I don't even know why they would want to imprison someone or tear someone down or take our license or take our livelihood so we couldn't even provide for our children. If we did, you know, if the governor hadn't gotten involved. And now listen, the governor, John Kasich of Ohio, he was a Republican. And so like you said, now he had enough common sense to know that's wrong. You can't put every mom and every dad in jail and then totally destroy their life by giving them a felony because they wanted their kids to have a good education. You see what I'm saying? But like you said, some Democrats, it's funny how it works because
Unfortunately, I learned through the system. It took me a while because maybe I was blind. I didn't want to learn. I didn't want to know that it's true, that a lot of the people in the government, they say to protect us, and I'm talking about Democrats, a lot of them are the one actually the worst enemy that we have, are the one
yeah,
that actually doing this to us, because the superintendent, on my case in the school, who started this problem and went to the police station and passed this information to the police was a registered Democrat. The detective who took this case was a registered Democrat. And I know that because my lawyer from Florida, my attorney, got all the information, who's the people doing this to me. You know, when you go to trial, you have to be prepared. And
yes,
that's when I wake up and say, wait a minute. So do people who start this problem are the Democrats, the same one that say they're protecting minority, that they want the best for us? Why she choose me? Remember, my case was me and 15 other family. She even
mm-hmm.
said clear in the news, I choose Mr. Garcia family, but we also have 15 other family. When we did the investigation by the other 15 other family, I was the only minority. The other 15 family was white families, which is, I agree, nothing should happen to them. I didn't ask for send them to jail. No, nothing should happen to them. They treat them with respect. All I
Yeah,
was asking for is treat me with the same respect.
with the same respect. And the head prosecutor here at Summit County, also a Democrat. See, so it makes you wonder, because it's like you said, we couldn't believe it. We was like, well, wait a minute, they're Democrats and I'm a Democrat, and how does this work? And why are they doing this? And it makes you wonder, like like you said, it's just about the money.
It's about the money. It's the teacher union forced them to do so many atrocities like that against family. And it's crazy. It's crazy. But this is what we're fighting. This is want to make sure that the bill that we have in Pennsylvania doesn't happen anymore like Connecticut. In Connecticut, this will never happen again in Connecticut. Thanks to Governor Malloy. I have the opportunity to make Governor Malloy in same thing personal. I think for what he did in this case, he have other policies that people don't like it. But in this particular policy, I have to thank him because he closed that loop. in Connecticut. And we would love to see that loop closed in Pennsylvania. And we would love that loop closed also in Ohio.
In Ohio, that's right.
And
Yes.
everywhere in the country, because no family should lose the freedom by wanting a quality education for the children. That's wrong.
That's it. No one, we didn't do anything. It wasn't like, it wasn't like we went and did something crazy. We just wanted our kids to have a start in life. And like you said, you only had 3 more months. 3 months left of school. And mind you, now remember, I don't know if you knew this even about me, is that my kids weren't even there. They had not been there 18 months. That was almost 2 years. They hadn't even been at that district. And all of a sudden, me and my dad get an indictment. 18 months later, they had not been at that school.
What strikes me the most is, and this is actually public record, is that on the interview, the people who did this to me, and the registered Democrat, remember, they say very clear, we did this because we want to send a message. They use the word, we want to send a message. Yeah. So what kind of message you want to send to who? To the same people that give you the vote? Because the people that only can afford to do this kind of things sometimes is those people that don't have the money to move to a better community, and they have to use a family, a friend sometimes. In this case, my case wasn't like that, but in many cases. So you want to use me to send a message to the people that give you the vote and push you in power? It doesn't make sense. When we're going to wake up?
And when are we going to wake up? And you're right, because the same scenario with me as well. The judge said the same thing, just that she wanted to set an example for me and for all the people that may want to do what I've done. But also, like you said, there was subliminal. It was also subliminal because you had all the other families who were white, and you were the only family that was not. So to me, was that a privilege? Was that a white privilege? Was that also something that you were sending out to the people? You make people want to say, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, it definitely was white privilege. This is why the same we want to send a message, and they choose a black Latino man. I'm Latino, but I'm darker skin, I'm black. Okay, I'm black Latino. And that's the message they want to send to people in Philadelphia. If you come to this town, which is a town mostly by powerful, rich white people, this can happen to you.
Yeah.
Are they there to protect the rich people, or are they there to protect the poor people? Because remember, the Democrat Party is supposed to protect the minority, the poor, the one that don't have almost nothing. But in this case, they use the power to protect the rich ones, not you and me. Do you understand? Right. This is why I'm so really very, very upset with this day with politicians, and not just, I'm independent. An independent voter that will give my vote to those that have any issue result to my family, to your family, to the community that I care.
That's right. And it's funny you said that, because like me, I'm like, okay, it still says that I'm a Democrat, but I have been looking at, just thinking to myself, I would like to be independent. Well, I don't like the person that's in there now, but I do want to be an independent person so I can look at both sides of the, because they have some things the Republicans talk about is good issues. They're important issues. And this, but I grew up being a Democrat. That's what we were supposed to be. My parents taught me to be a Democrat, but before we go, I want to always have to say, thanks to my people that come and view, and I'm just so happy. I just have so much gratitude. First of all, I'm just honored that I have Mr. Hamlet Garcia with me today.
The honor is mine. The honor is mine.
And then I'm just so happy that people come and they listen to our stories, and they hear our passion as parents and stuff, and just want you guys to know how National Parents Union, that is what we are. We come together, we unite as parents, and so don't, if you want to be a part of us, find out how to go to our links. You can. My show is not the only show. We got wonderful individuals. We have Spanish, we have the English channel, we have many different channels that you can come and tune into. And Hamlet, I just want to say again, thank you so much. I won't keep you any longer. I know you're out busy doing your work and stuff. I hope you get it all taken care of today.
Thank you so much, Kelly. You have a wonderful day, and thank you always to keep the fight. Very important.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay.